Looky here, I'm actually back with another video. How exciting. So today I was just inspired to try out some different nib sizes on my Lamy Safari in Candy Mango. Currently my husband he's been using this pen and he really loves the 1.9 Stub. I'm not crazy about it because I feel like it's too big for my handwriting, so I was just curious to see. I've got a number of other Lamy Safari nibs. They're just steel nibs, and I bought them because I was just, of course, very curious as to what the writing experience would be with a lot of different nibs. And by buying it this way, by buying just individual nibs, I could try out a whole bunch without spending a ton of money. So yeah, this was a great option for me, and occasionally it is interesting to use some less common nib sizes, I guess. So my husband had put Pilot Iroshizuku Tsuki-Yo in this pen, and I wasn't originally super keen on the color, but as soon as he started writing with it, I was like, wow, that looks pretty good. So, of course, yeah, I gotta try it out. Obviously, I've just written with the 1.9 millimeter stub nib, and right here I'm just trying out the 1.1 stub. I used to have a 1.5, and I ended up selling that one to a friend. I feel like it would be too large of a nib for or a line width for my writing, so I don't miss it too much. Of course, now I don't have a complete collection, but oh well. I hope that somebody else can be using it and enjoying it. So yeah, that's the 1.1 stub. I decided to do this writing sample outside, and now I'm back inside doing the voiceover, because there was crazy amounts of noise outside today. I was surprised at how loud vehicles were and the construction noises that were going on. So yeah. And I think now I've got the broad nib on. I was just priming, I guess you would call it priming, the nib and feed on a paper towel off to the side. That's where I put the rest of the nibs that got dirty. And then afterwards I literally just dump them into a little jar of water, and they get clean really easily. That's the other thing about these Lamy nibs, for switching them out. It's super easy to do, and you can still have the pen inked fully. You don't have to empty it out. So I like that a lot. I'm also curious to try some gold Lamy nibs, that would fit on the Safari or the All-Star, or I think even the Studios have that same nib. There might be other ones. Yeah, I'm just curious what, if it would feel different and if I would like that. So yeah, here I've got the medium nib, which as soon as I started writing with that, I was like, it's perfect. It's perfect. I really enjoyed that one. that was definitely my favorite out of all of them. I found that obviously the 1.1 or 1.9 stub is too large for my handwriting, my normal handwriting. The 1.1 stub was good. I enjoyed like the stub quality, but the way that I have tuned the nib, I have to remember it's very slicey. So it's not, it sometimes would catch depending on if I was at the right angle or not. So yeah, I kind of have to keep that in mind. It's a little bit more finicky, especially compared to this medium nib. Right now I'm writing with the fine nib. So I'm pretty sure the only nib that I'm missing in the basic collection here is the 1.5 stub. And I also really want to try an architect, or I think it's called a cursive nib from Lamy. So yes, I found that the fine nib it worked with this ink. I don't know how often I'm gonna be going to that nib, but definitely if I'm using a wetter ink, or just, I mean, probably any of the Pilot Iroshizuku inks would work with the fine and extra fine, just because they're the nature of that ink. It's a really good ink line. I'm impressed with it. The broad nib here was not to my liking. Way too wet. Just like, I felt like there wasn't very much shading, and I really enjoyed the shading of this ink. So yeah, there's the full lineup. I don't really see myself using the extra fine probably ever, but I'll keep it handy. Basically my favorites of this lineup were for sure the medium, the 1.1 stub, and the fine nib. Those were my favorites, and I really like how you can see some shading popping through there. Very enjoyable. And I'll just show you a peek of my swatch book that I often refer back to. Thanks for watching. Bye!